That's right. Just got back, and Southwest, we know, has canceled all flights in and out, and they're helping people rebook for tomorrow.
Right.
I'll say, though, that people just really had great attitudes about cancellations. They said there are worse things that could have happened. Hopefully, I think we've got a little bit of video, if we can show you that. So there's the terminal. So again, all flights are for Southwest are canceled or delayed, and their people are trying to get their stuff rebooked. I spoke with a couple folks whose flights are canceled, and take a listen to what they had to say.
We're going to go to Fort Lauderdale on a cruise. Our flight got canceled to 4:30 this afternoon, and we were in line to try to get it changed, and she said, "We forgot our passports." They're 160 miles away in the snow and ice. We had time to drive if the weather was reasonable, but we were getting ready to drive back, and my daughter called me and she said, "How about I overnight the passports to Fort Lauderdale?" So that's where we are right now.
We boarded our plane at like 5:30, and we sat on there for an hour. They called us off the plane, said that they needed to de-ice it. It was going to take a while, wait for the precipitation to calm down. We got off the plane, and then it sounded like they just got way behind and couldn't catch up.
So those were just a couple of people whose flights are canceled. I will say that that couple that lost their passports or forgot their passports are actually having them overnighted to Fort Lauderdale. Their cruise doesn't leave for 2 days, so they still have a little bit of time to get their passport to Fort Lauderdale and then make it on their cruise. So
I want to be on that
in the
cruise.
world when
Yes,
you sit in your car
yeah.
going to the airport, you're like, something is missing.
I know, and he said we would have had time to drive back had it not been for all the snow and ice, to drive all the way back to Martin to get the passports and then bring them back. So
Yeah, it works out better this
But again,
way.
like I said, people had great attitudes and said, you know, even though our flights are canceled, there are worse things that could happen. So it was nice to see that.
You know, I feel like everybody kind of knew this was coming. Justin's been talking about it for a few days. We didn't know exactly when or how much, or that it was going to be mainly ice here in the Nashville area, but I feel like people knew it was coming, so it's a little bit easier to mentally prepare for it.
Judging by the number of inter-office emails we received over the weekend, yeah, we had a pretty good idea what was going on.